We love hip hop.
Speaking of people like coming out of jail now instead of going to jail, 100 Band Plan is just touched road.
Yes, sir.
Salute to Toronto rapper 100 Band Plan. Is there audio in this? Oh, there's no audio. Oh yeah, so yeah, this is him just coming out the jail, linking up with the brethrens.
At least he didn't have to take the train like Mel Murdo.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's rough, bro. And he's not even like a big gang leader like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, he's home. He just went away like a few months ago for like firearms, drug charges, and stuff like that. He's like part of the Team East. No?
Is he out on bail or is he like out?
I think he might be out on bail or something.
Okay, because a few months for all that.
Yeah. Is not a Team East, but he could East End man, right?
He's from like, I think Maine and Danforth.
Okay.
Roasting exposed the law.
Everyone already knew.
Okay. No, but I think that's like a block.
Okay.
That's his end.
I thought that's where he lived.
554 Main Street.
I don't know where he lives. I just heard that he's from Maine and Danforth, which is not too far from me.
Yeah.
I've been going around there on walks. So maybe I'll see him.
Yeah. So like even and with him coming back home, right? Because like there's a trend of all these rappers going in and out. Does that add to the lore? Does this help? Or does this hurt in the long run? Because like you can't go to America, bro. That's the thing I keep on like. It's cool when these guys come out of jail and it's like, oh yeah, he's home now. He's gonna be able to turn up a little bit more for the scene. He can get that first day home song. But then now you also have a ceiling because you can't travel.
I mean, it definitely hurts your career in some ways, but it increases your brand. I think especially if you're doing that type of music.
Yeah.
And I think honestly, like you can make enough money here without having to go to the States. There is like a plateau, but it's like you can make a livable wage being an artist here full time, especially with the internet.
If you work a day job as well. Or if you're trapping or scamming.
Yeah.
Well, whatever you got to do, you can supplement your income with your artistry. Or if you're viral enough, there are YouTubers that live in Canada that make 6 figures and more.
YouTubers.
And if you're in and out of jail, how consistent are you going to be dropping?
You can have a team. You can have a team that drops regularly. He can kind of become a YouTuber that's still an artist by like releasing behind the scenes or like releasing music periodically, planning his releases. Like, I think it's not the end of the world, to be honest.
Okay, and before you go natural, because you said sustainable living, and I'm not talking about as YouTuber or whatever, just as an artist.
Livable wage.
A livable wage. What's that? What is that?
6 figures.
Like, give me a number, like per year.
Where it's like you're kind of decently living. In Toronto in 2025, I want to say like 150.
No local Toronto rapper is making over $30,000.
I don't agree with that. I'd have to see some money. You don't
off
think
their music? $150K a year?
You don't think Pressa's making more than 50 bands off of 30 bands?
Okay, when I say local rapper, I don't mean like
You don't think Sav is making like...
I don't consider Oppressa a local rapper because like he lived in LA for the longest time. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I don't think Sav is making $150,000 a year off his music.
Alone.
Exactly.
Okay. So you might have to supplement it with a little side business. You know what I'm saying?
And like I rock with Sav heavy. I don't want to, you know what I mean? Malvern out here, we out here.
But I think it's fathomable, bro.
Yeah, it's fathomable. It's not impossible. It just does not. I don't think it's happening yet. Like we even see like when we go through the Rap Cap numbers. If you go to Rap Cap TO and check out some of their charts that they post of like the Spotify numbers and stuff like that. It's surprising how high some of these guys like Spotify numbers are, but most of the highest ones are the guys who are not even here no more, bro.
And don't you have to get like 1 million streams to only make like 2 bands?
On Spotify?
Yeah. Something like that.
Okay, so and then Apple Music, and then there's YouTube, then you could do features. You can have shows.
But how many of these guys are getting millions of streams on all of their songs?
Right now, none of them.
None.
So they're not even making 2 bands a month, 3 bands a month. We'll be generous. We'll say $3,000 a month off 1 million streams, and none of them are making that.
Okay, let's say they're making 2.5 off just their streams a month, like, and that's like high end.
That's like $30,000 a year.
Okay, but that's just off their streams. If they can supplement that with YouTube revenue, with merchandise, with shows, with features, I think it's very fathomable.
They're gonna get from 30,000 to 150.
If that's going from 2.5 to like 10 a month. And then you got to sell some crack.
When was, hold on. And I hate we have to use this example, but when was Sav's last show?
You might have to search that.
And so let's say Sav does 2 shows a month. How much is he getting per show?
Probably like 2
no-
bands.
Yo, we're pocket watching crazy. We're not gonna use Sav.
No, man, I love pocket watching. But
let's say 3 bands total, 4
Yeah.
bands total
yeah, that sounds
for just
acceptable.
shows.
A show.
4
Oh,
bands.
A show?
You think a man's paying Sav 4 bands to do a show?
Maybe 3.
I don't
maybe,
think he's getting paid by promoters. I think they throw the show themselves and they get the ticket sales and they sell merch and then like they might do meet and greets. I don't know, bro. I
Bro,
don't know
you've
their
done events
infrastructure.
before. Like the crowd I see at their shows, if they're throwing the event, I don't see them making 5 bands profit. And then even if they are, it's them throwing the show, not one man. So the profit
They're
is being,
splitting it.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
bro, I just like we've all been artists. To make $100,000.
No, 150,000.
Bro, mans don't even make that from their job and they work 8 hours a day,
Well-
5 days a week.
Okay, but we're DJs. We're performers essentially. There are many DJs that make well over 6 figures.
Yeah.
So-
Many?
Yeah.
Name 5 Toronto.
You don't have to know their name. They're like companies. They're like DJ companies.
That's different. We're talking about
I don't know. I don't know man's CRA
artists.
returns. I don't know their income statements. I don't know how much they're reporting versus how much they pocket. I don't know how much of it is cash. I don't know how much Snoopy makes, like, and anyone I say, you're going to be like, no, they don't make that. No, they don't make that.
I don't
So
think
it's like,
none
we
of
don't
us know any 6-figure DJs personally. In the
I
hip
think
hop
DJ
scene.
Grouch makes 6 figures.
Grouch?
Yeah.
Maybe Charlie B.
Maybe Charlie B.
I'd say Charlie B probably, but like, yeah, that's
But also was making that when he was DJing. Now Charlie B does A&R and stuff like that.
Mm.
Right?
So in order for an artist to make 6 figures or 150 bands in Toronto, they would have to diversify their income streams.
Or they would have to have a bigger audience. Like they have diversified their audience.
I would say maybe Fire Blazin', but because he has a lock on like the brown scene in Toronto, so he's booked from weddings until like 2027, bro.
Diversified the audience.
You know what I
Bro,
mean?
there's a guy
Yeah.
named DJ Molly. He just does Chinese weddings.
Mm.
This guy charges racks per wedding and
Mm.
he's the go-to guy. Obviously, it's seasonal, but he supplements it with other club
Yeah.
DJ things and stuff. So like I could see him making over 6
But
figures.
you guys just both mentioned diversified
Yeah.
audience to people.
Maybe Soca Prince as well, because he does all those fetes at Rebel and stuff. So
Yeah.
Peter Cash probably at one point.
You have to be able to, yes, you have the urban crowd, but you also tapped into this crowd, like the South Asian crowd, or, I have the urban crowd and these people, you know what I'm saying? You have to have an and some
So
to
bring
be
it-
6 figures.
to bring it back to rappers,
Mm.
do you think a man like YG is making 100 bands a year off music
Not
alone?
off of music. Hell fucking no.
Do you think at one point at his peak he was?
Maybe at his peak, 100 bands, still no, but at least close enough to maybe 50, 60 bands.
And I will be honest, like the amount of money they're making is also offset by their expenses. You gotta get like the
exactly.
chains, the clothes, you're
Bro,
paying for
one
studio
watch
time,
is
music
100
videos.
bands.
So
One watch is
Damn.
like 350 bands, some of the watches these guys are wearing, bro.
So you're saying 100 band plan has to change to 50 band plan?
He has to change to like 1,000,000 band plan, bro.
Yeah, he just needs a better plan.
You know what I'm saying?
100 is not enough.
And this
eh?
is not disrespect to him. I'm just saying this is all Toronto rappers. Don't, like, I understand it's easier said than done, but don't create a ceiling because you have to go to America to take it to the next level, especially for the type of rap that they do. If they're doing classified style rap, then they can stay in Canada and accumulate those audience, diversify their audience, no problem. But if you're going to be a drill rapper, you're going to need America
Or UK.
or the UK.
So, okay, do you think Northside Benji makes over 6 figures?
No. No.
Damn.
You
And
just
to
have
be
to be
honest-
realistic.
And making $50,000-$60,000 a year off your art, that is not unsuccessful. That's an amazing thing. People don't make
Yes.
that off their day jobs.
Yeah.
So if you could do that, but like you said, they have a certain lifestyle that they
Man
have to
don't
match
want
up
that,
to.
bro. They're like, yo, that's waste. So what? You make $50,000 a year? Like, bro, I don't need my house. All I do is freaking write rhymes.
Exactly.
But imagine like that's your legit income that you claim, and then you have a whole side cash stream, whatever that is, whether
Yeah.
it's legal or illegal. Then you're kind of up because you're like, okay, like I have this like almost like a laundering type of situation where it's like I have a legitimate business.
Yeah.
To take care of your expenses and then all the cash you play with.
Exactly. Yeah. So I did say 150 just because like that seems like you could live off way less.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm saying to kind of be like semi-successful probably in like the upper middle class or
Yeah.
whatever.
Drive nice car, have the, get the girls with the BBLs. You can't just be like a 50,000 a year nigga, dog.
I was about to say though, like we're about to be 30. I think under like 28 to like 31, the average man is only making like 40 bands, 50 bands, you know what I mean? Like if that. So like a lot of the times young men think they're behind or they think that they're not doing as well. And then they don't realize that, you're actually probably doing even better than most people.
Yeah.
It's true. And it's also about the lifestyle you want to live. Like, do you want to have a vehicle? Do you want to own a house? Are you renting? Are you staying with your rents? Are you staying with a friend? Or like you got a girl situation? Like, but man, like now that you put it in perspective, yo, it's hard out here for anyone trying to be a rapper, bro. Like, it's almost like, I don't want to say it's not worth it, but
you're better off.
It seems like it's not worth it, bro.
Like what you mentioned before, and we'll get off of this topic, but what you mentioned before, like, oh, maybe you could be a YouTuber and all that. Not everybody can do that, but you're better off if you can do that. Like you have another skill that you can add on to the rapping, like another content skill.
Exactly.
Because if you're just depending on the rap alone, and then trying to pretend like you're richer than everybody else, the jig is up, bro. We know that you ain't got money. Kai got more money than you.
Yeah, and if you are a YouTuber, there is a bigger chance of a company paying you $10,000 a month to be your sponsor.
Yes.
Facts.
Whether it's a gambling company or whatever. And then you got your 100 bands right there, plus your YouTube, plus your music, right? So I think alone off rap music or drill music, it's kind of hard. I can see like a folk singer making 100,000 just doing like local shows every night, having a residency, doing weddings.
Yeah.
Like they could make 6 figures a year, I think.
Yeah, because they're doing something that can be done every night and people can like take that. Nobody wants to hear a drill rapper every night in the same venue.
Bro, I'll make this quick. I DJ'd a wedding the other day. And then there was this dance group. They're like Latina salsa dancers or whatever. Bro, I think they charged at least a 2 bands for this. But their set was 15 minutes long. They gave me the song. They're like, oh, this is our song we dance to. I played the song. What they do, they dance for like 3 minutes. It's like in the center, they have their choreography. And for the rest of the 15 minutes, they go around, they get the guests to come on the dance floor. Then they just like dance with the guests and stuff.
That's sick.
And I'm like, yo, that's kind of a finesse. Where like you have a 3-minute choreography, but you're charging them for 20 minutes. And then for like the 15 minutes, you're just dancing with the guests.
They could do that in the same venue all week long.
Literally.
Every night. Same routine.
Yeah.
Different weddings, different people, different events. I'm like, that's mad smart.
And even I think you did, might have been like a half Chinese wedding and they had the lion dance. And I did a half Chinese wedding. They had the same lion dance group. These guys perform for 10 minutes. They're interacting with the crowd. They're like in the costume. They have these drummers. They probably charge like 3-4 bands for that like 20 minutes or whatever.
I guarantee all of them are richer than the average Toronto rapper.
And they go to they might do 2 weddings in a night.
Yeah.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Just off of those performances, they're all making way more money than the average
My
Toronto
advice
rapper.
to Toronto rappers, start a photo booth company, do something that's like vendor based on the side maybe, you know what I'm saying? And then use your music as a way to like leverage yourself into these networks where they'll be like, oh, we like your music. Oh, you have a photo booth? Like, I'd love to have friggin' Casper's photo booth company in my thing or whatever.
Diversify the content, bro.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do. Find, diversify the content. But yeah, welcome home, 100-band plan. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, stay out of trouble, brother.
We love hip-hop.
If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to check out these other videos on the screen and make sure to like and subscribe.
We love hip-hop.